Almost 20 years ago, you gave me this engagement ring symbolizing our love of traveling together. Our latest adventure, Lisbon and Spain. Thanks, sweetheart, thanks for making this a 5-star adventure all the way and for being the best travel partner ever. Our trip was epic. Lisbon and Spain did not disappoint. Our hotel was aptly named The One, and it was a beautiful palace built in 1566 that had been magnificently restored. Our breakfast room every morning was what European dreams are made of. Those 5 days in Alfama, right by the Avenida de Libertad, were so special. We have been talking about exploring Lisbon and Spain together for years. There was so much to see and do. We went to the LX factory to Time Out. We saw the Santa Justa lift. And thanks for being the guide extraordinaire and guiding us everywhere we wanted to go. Walking around Lisbon was fantastic. We also went to that Castelo de St. George, that royal residence that had amazing views and peacocks and history, and it even had a treason room. Tram 28 was super cool. I love seeing Pink Street with you. Lisbon had so many cool things to see, especially those yellow buildings that we'd been talking about for years. Going to Belém Tower was awesome, such history there. And I'm so glad you were able to enjoy one of those pastéis de Belém that we had been hearing about, those custard desserts. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. We had so many delicious meals. The restaurants were just incredible, the hotel memo, but nothing compares to Encanto, which was that 12-course tasting menu. I hope that we once again in our lifetime have another opportunity to experience a restaurant on that level. But this time, sweetheart, please do not burn the place down again, okay? Back in LA, Carolyn said that Rosie was doing okay, but Haley was kind of chewing herself. Regardless, we all survived, and with that, we were done with Lisbon, and we headed to the beautiful Azamara Pursuit. This ship was magnificent, our suite was spacious, and even that small couch every night we managed to snuggle and enjoy together. The balcony was wonderful, and Banjo and the butler were also fantastic. I really enjoyed all of our relaxing moments all over the ship, and the restaurants were delicious. Since I didn't bring my engagement ring, you bought me my Spanish ring, which I'm so happy I have to keep. Our first port was Seville. It was a little overcast and gray, but we still managed to enjoy the Palacio de las Duenas, and we even managed to see a little San Pedro in Seville. What are the chances of that? Seville, of course, is famous for flamenco dancing, and I really enjoyed seeing the beautiful outfits. Speaking of outfits, these men in black outfits were all over Seville. Normally I'd be concerned, but apparently it was Easter, and that's a thing in Spain, so all is well. The next day, we brought a little bit of Los Angeles sunshine to Seville, and I really enjoyed walking around Seville with you. It was wonderful. What a crazy coincidence that the restaurant we happened to choose for lunch was the exact restaurant that we canceled the reservation with the night before because of all of the Easter parades. That restaurant was fantastic, and I'm so happy we had another delicious meal there. The vegetable paella did not disappoint. The Plaza de España was absolutely breathtaking, just absolutely incredible, and I'm so happy we saw it together. Then we headed to Malaga, and as always, walking around with you was wonderful. Then we headed to the incredible Alcazaba Palace from the 11th century. And we went to the Malaga Roman theater from the 1st century. Walked around some more and of course had another delicious meal. That waiter was memorable. Then we went to beautiful Cartagena. It was a sunny day and the port was so beautiful. Walking around Calle Mayor was so much fun with you. I'm glad we got to try Liquor 43 during our lunchtime. We also saw the Grand Hotel. And we went to another Roman theater, which was also built in the 1st century, and it had been really beautifully restored. Your high school theater teacher would have been so proud of you. Next, we went to Alicante. We had the ship parked with a beautiful view of Castillo de Santa Barbara. I explored a little bit in the morning on my own since you didn't feel 100%. I explored the beautiful Explanada de España promenade, and fortunately, you soon felt a little better and joined me, and we went for a delicious lunch and we walked around together. Next, we went to Valencia and we took that Uber to go inside the Old Town City Center. We had to go inside the wall. It was a little rainy and overcast that day, but that did not stop us from enjoying the day together. We had a delicious lunch at that restaurant called La Covida that was built in 1807. Our last night on the ship, the sunsets were just absolutely memorable, and what a way to end our cruise. And just like that, the Azamara was over. But fortunately, the fun wasn't, because we were headed to Barcelona. It was so great to be back there with you again. Our hotel, the Mi Hotel, was hip, it was sexy, it was beautiful, it was 5 stars all the way. You most definitely know how to pick hotels. And our suite was super cool, even if it had that weird woman image hanging over the bed. That was a little wacky, but it was just so great to be back there with you, once again, walking around La Rambla. I know how much you enjoyed that live jazz show that we stumbled upon, and I loved seeing all of the historical buildings and the churches and walking around the Gothic Quarter. We once again enjoyed eating at Honest Green, which I loved, and I know how much you were looking forward to going to the best bar in the world, Paradiso. How awesome that we did not have to wait online. So great. The outside was really nothing, but inside it was a speakeasy, and inside it was super cool, and I had so much fun with you that night. I'm glad you enjoyed your drinks, your super cool martini, and your great Gatsby. It was everything we wanted it to be. Then we continued enjoying our night walking around Barcelona, and even the restaurant that we went to right next to the hotel was fantastic. Sweetheart, cheers to Lisbon and Spain. Cheers to our fantastic trip. Cheers to our many adventures together. And most of all, cheers to you. I love you forever. And just like that, our Barcelona trip was over, and we headed back to our happy home in beautiful sunny Los Angeles.